Hello, my stamping friends. We'll be ready to start in just a moment. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to pop up to live feed and hopefully to join me. So I'll be chatting for a few minutes. So happy Friday, and right now we have Fun Friday with Oksana. So we will be making some cute cards. I posted another day 4 cards I created for images from jar of flowers, and asked which image was your favorite. So what we did, everybody picked sunflowers. It's interesting, I posted another group, it was different favorite, but I decided to go with the sunflowers. So you could kind of see preview what we're gonna be making today. Just few reminders that jar of flowers bundle is in spotlight for next 2 weeks, basically till 15th. So this is a bundle. It includes punch and nice images. It's something that we're gonna create in my class next week. I have in-person class. So my in-person class unfortunately sold out. I'm actually limiting it to a really small number of people, but I still have to-go option. So if you're interested to receive to-go option, and what is nice with the to-go option, you could actually have it for free. Detail on my blog under classes to go, so you could receive it for free with qualified order. You could request for class to ship, so I'll ship all the supplies. But you still need to have a stamp set and ink pads to complete the project, or for $47 I could include bundle and ship everything to you. So if you're interested, just let me know. Also, last week, and I believe Stephanie, I see you watching, you mentioned that you like Christmas, so you like this card, and I was a little bummed that there is no kind of Christmas image in the flowers, right? Not poinsettia or something that we could substitute. I really like to do little stuff like that with the jars. So was interesting that it is actually one that goes with that, but it's in beginner brochure. I completely overlooked. So it's something that's gonna be on my list to try to create. So there is a stamp set, it's called 4-Season Floral. It will coordinate with a stamp set. It has like really nice images that you could put inside the vase, and here is the actual like poinsettia, like Christmassy looking flower. So it's something that I'm gonna create. And if you fan of paper pumpkin, or you wanted to have a creativity delivered right next to your door, today is the last day to subscribe for July paper pumpkin. I don't have flyer on me, but it's gonna be summer inspired kit. It will be 8 cards, like a postcards, and some little bags to make, and bunch of leftovers that you could complete, I believe 24 cards with add-on kit. Details on my blog. If you're interested, today is last day. It's a fun way to kind of create in July and spread the joy. I know we all stuck at home. Things does not look any better. So we actually got news today for kids. Seems like all the classes will be online. So, but I'm glad. Otherwise, I'll be kind of panicking if they're gonna go. I think it's not better, but maybe we could just right now concentrate on positive stuff, and creativity is definitely one of them. Yeah. So for class, if you're interested in to-go option, just message me. So this is cards, all new in colors. So it'll be fun way to do. So today we're gonna do 2 cards, and the fold is actually not new. Let me put the supplies aside. So I'm using sunflowers, and actually I wanted to do this card for a pretty long time. I think I saw this fold in demonstration in one of the Stampin' Up events, and obviously there is a lot of this fold online, so I wanted to give it a try. So this kind of that funky fold that you open, and you have like a triangles made from designer paper. Again, this is not new, and this is what I wanted to try this week. So then I wanted to use this paper But this paper is 6 by 6. So many times when I actually create, I'm thinking how I could make it super efficient. I don't like to waste my paper, how to make, don't have leftovers that I will not use. And 6 by 6 size I like for storing, but I'm not necessarily liking for card making, because if you wanted to cover entire piece, you have a bunch of leftovers. And this piece actually using 4 by 6 strip for this card, so you have 2-inch leftovers. So I'm thinking, what I could do with 2 inches. So I decided to actually add another card featuring the same components, the same paper, so we could create 2 cards at the same time. So let's start. So what you need for this card, you will need 1 sheet of cardstock that matches your designer paper, of course. You will need 1 piece of Whisper White, and you need 6 by 6 designer paper. If you have different size of designer paper, it will work. You just need to cut it. All the measurements will be posted in this video after we finish, and also have details on my blog. So what we're gonna do with that, so we will take this piece and we're gonna cut it in half, and then 2 other pieces. He already borrowed some stuff out of it. So we're gonna create those pieces. So one become our regular card, that kind of my second card. And what we need for that triangle fold, we only need this particular piece. Hi everybody, I see Diane is here, and Stephanie, and Sherry, and yeah, nice to see you ladies. I think Linda is here as well. So this is what we're gonna do for those cards. And then that white piece we're gonna cut in 2 pieces, 4 by 5 1/4. It's kind of standard layer. And then you will have kind of that long piece left over. I use it for stamping and also to die cut some shapes. And let's work on our 6 by 6 piece of paper. So remember, depends on your paper. If your paper have a direction, like directional one, so you really want your design go from top to the bottom. I don't think this paper has that much direction, so I'm not gonna be super worrying about it. But what you wanted to do with this piece, you're gonna cut 4-inch strip. And then that 4-inch strip you're gonna cut in half, so you're gonna have 2 pieces 4 by 3. So your top and your bottom. Now we need to do a simple scoring. So we're gonna score 1 inch on both sides. Again, if your paper has directions, I suggest you to score 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom. This way it's gonna work really nice. So let me score 1 inch from my top. As long as I'm not cutting it, we'll be fine. And then we will do 1 inch from the bottom. For the scoring, I already told you, I really like my scoring board. Didn't want to drag it here, but this is what I use pretty much all the time. So this is for our triangular card. And because we have our cutter, so that 2-inch strip, let's just cut it in 5 1/4. You could tell that I don't use this cutter much. So you'll have just pretty much little sliver of leftovers. So not much, and that's it. So there's nothing to store, nothing to think about what to use. So let's start working on our triangular fold card first. So you're gonna score your 1 inch. So you basically left over with 4 inches by 2. So you're gonna score that. Turn it around. There is no measurements required. Then you're gonna basically bring this corner, and then you're gonna bring this corner together. So should be, and you could refold. I actually was surprised that this paper is pretty sturdy for designer paper. It's holding nice shape. Will be probably really nice to make some boxes out of it. That's kind of what I'm thinking for next week. All right. And you will need to have some kind of stronger adhesive to glue it together. Wet glue will work, it just will need to have a little bit of time to dry. But as we're gonna work on other cards, it should dry fine. You could use tear tape, just something maybe a little bit stronger, so then it's not popping up open. So just you work on the corners, you close it, and it's something that again we could watch TV and do. And we're gonna adhere this piece behind Whisper White. So that's your fold. I think this design could be really nice, like for invitation, almost like you open a message. So it's not necessarily a standing card that you could display, but something kind of fun to reveal a message. And we apply adhesive here. So if you do have those 6x6 paper or any paper, even if you have 12x12, this fold is actually really nice because it's using 4x6. So you could make, how many, 6 cards out of one sheet of paper, just using that. So 12x12 will be super never could actually, 6 cards from one sheet is such a good deal. So I did this color, and then I decided, I think, you know, I like greens, I like yellow, so I decided to do it slightly different. So we're gonna glue it this way. So guess what? Our fold is complete. And doesn't matter what shape you have, you could use oval, you could use circle, probably bigger circle, or different shapes. There's so many shapes. And it's not necessarily needed that your card is stuck in. So you could probably create some stopper, or could just be like this. So I use that stitched nested labels. It's kind of nice long shape. So this is what we're gonna use as well. And when I did the card, I had a second thought. I was thinking, do I want it to have extra piece of green? Maybe just too plain. So let's just try to do this and have like extra layer. I think it's gonna look a little bit better. So stitched nested labels, I think this one is the second largest, and this one is the third largest. The biggest one is a little bit too big, it's just taking the entire card front. So now with this one, again, you could use tear tape, or you could use wet glue. The trick will be you don't want it to adhere too much, so your glue is not all over the place. So you kind of need to be strategic how you put in your glue. You take your maybe pencil and mark it. So here you go. Here is your basic shape. Let it dry. It's not a tear tape, but after it dries, you will be able to lift it. So let's start working on next card. So let's kind of look on the cards that we have, and we're gonna start stamping. It's fun thing to do. So this particular stamp, what is interesting, it has this striped image. I don't know if it could be a straw, I don't know, it could be a tire, I don't know what it is. But it's really kind of nice addition. I'll put all my... So as you could see here, I added like a tone on tone, I added little something, and it's not that much white, but again, you're not adding additional layers of a cardstock. So it's nice to create the borders. And let's just do it in yellow, why not? And we're gonna do bumblebee. So kind of tuck it to the corner, to the top. Leave a little edge like I do. I don't want it to bend my head in the camera. And here you go. We're gonna stamp a sentiment. And I use ton of thank you cards. So I'm gonna use that many mates. I actually really like that because you could do celebrate, it's your day. It's a lot of kind of smaller images. Like I mentioned, I use thanks a lot, so I'm gonna use that. And on this card, like many times I will do card and I like it, and then I'm thinking, you know, I would have loved to probably, if it, like this one, if it will be different colors and black, even so there is all the stamping done in black, I probably would like it a little bit better. So this time we're gonna use just jade, this new color. But this is kind of, like I like to make 2-3 iterations of the cards. And we will do this one. So our thanks is done. We're probably gonna use it on another card after it dries. So now for this card, as you saw it, it has a little border, right? Designer paper, nice, but we kind of always could spice it up and add it. And I like this paper because again, you could choose any color for the border. Just jade or cinnamon cider or bumblebee. And for you, you know, you don't really need to get 2 1/4 piece, you know, to create a border because you only see little piece. So if you have those tiny 1/2-inch strips left over when you do your kind of matting, just don't throw them. They become really nice kind of extra to add around designer paper. And especially, let's say, if I was starting to do my Christmas, by the way, I'm participating in swap. I'll show you a little preview. It's actually using this paper as well. So I use gold, kind of similar layout. I like to reuse layout. When I come up with a layout, I'm like, okay, I could use different stamp, different greeting, but then I could reuse. So yeah, just don't throw this. Have it there, or like you could actually mat it on designer paper and have it so for your card. All right, so for, let's say for your card, if you do this, you could actually make it go this way. Of course, we stamped, right, in card kind of laying, or go this way. So let's just assemble really quickly. I'm excited, I'm gonna have plenty of thank you cards. And we're gonna glue it to your card front. So again, you just saw we use 6x6 paper for 2 cards, and we have it. All right, I think that card is already pretty, right? Without anything added. I will use the same. I will use the smaller nested labels. Kind of put a little bit on background. Otherwise, if you put sunflowers on top of sunflowers, it seems a little bit overpowering and you may not really see it. Also, this paper, if you look, sunflowers are so beautiful. So if you like fussy cutting, you could cut flowers from this designer paper and it's gonna be pretty. So let's just do little stamping. So what we need to do, we need to stamp our jar. I'm gonna punch it. I'm using Memento. You could probably use brown colors. And we're doing 2. So also with the trick with the cards, when you're kind of ready to make your card, cut it for 2 or 4. It's much faster. It's not taking you twice more time to do 2 cards than just do 1. But later, if you decided to do the same card again, guess what? You will spend a lot of time because you need to gather your supplies, put things on a block, find a piece of paper. So just make it 2. Keep one, because I know some people don't like to give cards away, and give another card to somebody else. So let's, and just for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna stamp, but here is the sunflowers. You're gonna stamp basically 2 times, and you're gonna color. I did this, I pre-cut this one beforehand. I use Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, it's not Bumblebee, it's Mango Melody, there is no Bumblebee. And this with blends and Magenta Madness to kind of add little pop. So now we're ready to assemble our cards. So just put this together. Let's just glue our jar to both. So this one I'm kind of gluing towards the end to give me enough space. And this one, I'm just gonna glue it kind of at label ends. And our cut image, I know Sherry last time was saying she was really hoping there were some die cuts with that. I know some of you probably have this scan and cut machine. I actually own it. I did one time. So I wonder if you could put like many of them if you have this and it's gonna cut. So I mean, Stephanie, you need to try. If you have the stamp set, I wonder if it's gonna cut. Whoever girls have it, let me know before I do it. So just add your flowers. All right. So, and for that card, for the closure, so as I mentioned, and here based because everything is pretty much taken, you could probably put a thank you on a jar. So I decided to create like little stopper, and I just little oval, and you're only gonna put a glue or tear tape on the bottom, so it allows your message slide down. Again, I'm gonna stamp things, glue it, make a bow, and we are all set. Do you like this layout? Do you like that triangular fold? Let me know which stamp set you have in mind to use for that particular fold. If you own this bird bollard, I think I saw really, it's kind of found instructions this time. I saw really cool cards using that particular one because it's, you know, relatively smaller image and you could fit. Don't you like when your sticky strip is holding? And for this one again, I use sticky strip, so glue could not get that one. All right. So here you have it. And of course, we will add the bow. So let me know which one is you like it. So I think you could probably do it in yellow. I didn't try Magenta Madness. It was another funny joke in our family. They saying, "Huh, you're gonna do Magenta Madness?" This is what I was doing 2 last videos. Like, I'm doing Magenta Madness. I'm just in love with that color. I was trying to pull it off for Christmas. Now it's not gonna work. It's just too bright. And I'm using that new Bumblebee gingham ribbon for the bow. You could probably use some little twine, linen threads. I mean, anything to add. I'll just leave it as it is. I think it's pretty. And I'll add the bows with the glue dots. And you'll have it. So here's 4 cards. I will probably try, I'm not sure about yellow, how much, if I'm gonna like to do it, or, how it's gonna look, because it's gonna be too much yellow probably. But I wonder which color. And I definitely wanted to do some of the summer ones. Maybe even Christmas one. Now that I discover I could stamp that Christmas image from beginner brochure and color, then we can do it. Do you want to see the preview of my Christmas cards? So I got a new catalog. The new catalog is coming next month, August 4th. I already have copies of catalogs. So for those who come into my in-person class, they will have it. And if I mail the kids, I'm gonna include the catalog, so you will have them. And so you see those couple little gems. You could probably do some blinks or gems. There is some flower for every season. It's a lot of little gems. They don't have a sticky on the back, but with the wet glue, it's actually sticking really nice, and it's super economical. I believe it's like 750 of them. You could just bling it all day. So here you go. And let me show you my Christmas. I just literally finished 10 minutes before the video. So I use the same paper, and this is new poinsettia that I just got. I'm not sure about as far as the colors, how it's actually working. So I decided to use just jade and real red. I want to use this designer paper. I actually have a lot of those particular strips. I'm not sure if it's showing you on the video. It's cut and embossed, so it has really nice lines. So I probably will play and create different iterations, but this is what I'm gonna create, 25 of those for my swap, and then another one will be fall. So I hope you like what you saw. I hope this stamp set, you get inspired and you have ideas how to use it. Share my video, invite your friends to watch it or visit my blog. And until next week, I see you next week for Fun Friday at 11. We'll see what we're gonna create. Thank you, everybody. Bye.